Hi, I'm Darcel Lobo. I own Dow Coaching and Consulting, where I help lawyers who either want to open their own law firm or run their law firm better. And so today I'm going to be talking to those of you who are considering opening your own law firm and you haven't done so yet, but you've been thinking about it. Maybe you're kind of in the pre-planning stages and kind of just kicking that idea around. And I wanted to talk about how to know that it's time to open your own law firm. And there's no perfect time to open a law firm, right? Not all the stars are going to align, not everything's going to be perfectly in place for you, but for whatever your reason is and whatever your journey is, you're going to reach a point where it's okay, it's now or never. It's time to make that leap. And for me, I wish that I had acted sooner than I did, and I don't want you to be like me. And when I say that, what I mean is that I am a law firm owner. I own Dow Law Firm. I've had it for 8 years. I opened it in March of 2016. But before I opened my own law firm, I toyed around with the idea of doing so for like over 2 years, maybe almost 3 years, that I thought about it, I talked about it, I wanted to do it, but I didn't know how. I didn't know what to do. I had no one to really show me the ropes, and it was all going to be on me. No one else in my family is a lawyer. I didn't know how to open a business and run a business, and the notion of opening and running a law firm just seemed like so foreign to me, and I didn't know how to do that. And when I went to law school, I graduated law school in 2009, and I didn't really plan to open my own law firm when I was in law school. So I don't know if they had any courses on it, but if they did, I didn't take them. When I graduated law school, I was kind of on track to work at the prosecutor's office at my local county here. I'm in Seattle. And at that time, the market had crashed, and the state were all on a budget freeze. So I had Rule 9 for the prosecutor's office when I was in law school, and kind of thought I was on track to be hired on when I graduated law school and passed the bar exam. But then I couldn't hire any more lawyers because of this huge budget freeze statewide. And so I ended up at a small law firm and was there for a number of years, and just had gotten to a place in my career where I wasn't very happy. And I knew that I hadn't worked so hard to fulfill my, pretty much my life dream to become a lawyer, to be unhappy. I knew I didn't want to go to a big firm downtown and have to work 60 plus hours a week. My kids were pretty young. Probably around 2014-ish is when I started thinking about going out on my own. So at that time, my daughter would have been 4, my son would have been 2. And so being able to be there for them, my daughter would have been in preschool at that time. So getting her to and from school, and then my son, once he reached that age, I didn't want to have a long commute. And so going to a large firm just was not going to be a good fit for me. Not just because of my children, but also I just don't think personality-wise I would have been a good fit for a large law firm, And so I sat and dwelled and thought about and talked about opening my own law firm for over 2 years. And I have to say, the only thing that was stopping me, the only thing that was in my way of opening my own law firm was me. There was nobody else stopping me, nobody else telling me that I couldn't do it. There was nothing externally that was in my way. It was me, and I had to get out of my own way, and I had to figure out how to do it. And, for lawyers, we want to... We kind of have this all or nothing thinking, and so I felt like I had to have it all figured out in my mind before I could do it, because I think all of us lawyers, or most of us, we're pretty risk adverse, right? We advise our clients on how to avoid risk. And so we don't always want to take that big risk. And to go out on my own just seemed so risky and so scary. But I have to tell you, actually the opposite was true, because I believe in myself, and I know that I know how to figure things out, even if I don't have the answers. And that's true for you as well. without even knowing you, I know that you have figured out how to figure things out in life. And we have the tools and resources to figure things out. And that is one thing that law school did teach us. Even if we didn't learn how to open a law firm in law school, we learned how to figure things out. And so when I was going out on my own and looking how to go out on my own, I felt like there weren't a lot of resources that really spoke to me as far as how I wanted to open a law firm and run a law firm in the way that worked with my life. The way that would work for me as a working mom, as somebody who wanted to work more on a part-time schedule, which I still do work a part-time schedule, but I think I get just as much done and bring in as much revenue as my colleagues who work full-time as solos, to be honest with you. I've been practicing for 15 years now, right? So, and I've been on my own for 8 years. And so I had to get out of my own way. And for a lot of my coaching clients that I work with, those lawyers also have to get out of their own way. But what they have when we work together is that they have me to guide them along the way and kind of help them go through the checklist of what needs to be done and to hold them accountable to get those things done, to get their law firm open by whatever their goal date is. And for some of my clients, they have some of those fears and doubts and imposter syndromes that I had when I was going out on my own. And some of them find that, they tell me like, they kind of have to lean on me and believe in my belief in them until they get there. And that's okay. Like, I'm here to provide that and support that and to give that to them because I know that they can do it. And if they follow the steps that I outlined for them and my guidance for them as far as these are the things that you need to do and when you need to do them, your law firm will be open and we will get you clients in the door. I am always saying for some of my lawyer clients who are thinking, if I have my own law firm, where am I going to find these clients? Where am I going to get clients from? You don't have to find clients. The clients are out there. They already need you. They are waiting on you. So all we have to do is get you in front of them. Where are your clients? Where are they looking for help? Who are they going to? Who are they talking to? We just need to get you in front of them. You don't have to create these clients. You don't have to find them out of nowhere. They're already out there. They already need you. They already want you. They are waiting for you to open your law firm and to accept them as clients and to help them with their legal issues. That is 100% true. And I have no doubt that for any of you, regardless of your practice area, that is true. So how do we get you from where you are now to thinking of opening a law firm, having the goal of wanting to open a law firm? How do we get you from there to your law firm being opened? For some lawyers, it's working with someone like me to help them get to that next step and to realize their own dreams. I mean, just imagine this idea you have in your head of your law firm, whatever it may have been called. I mean, my law firm is Dow Law Firm. Those are my initials, DAL. That was an idea in my head back in 2015. It didn't exist. And I created it out of nothing, out of an idea in my head. And now it is this full-fledged law firm that has employees and the phone rings daily for people who want me to help them. This is something that I created from nothing. I have 2 kids, but my law firm is kind of my 3rd child, right? I mean, I really, put a lot into that and I bet on myself. And when you bet on yourself, like, you are directly in charge of what that result is. Betting on yourself is the safest bet you can ever make because it's all on you and you know what you're willing to do. You know what work you're willing to put in. If you're willing to do the work, if we're working together and I give you tasks to do and I give you homework and tell you when to have it done by and we're working together, if you're doing the things, if you're willing to do the things that I recommend to you, which is based on my firsthand experience as far as what worked and what has not worked and what has worked for my other clients and my colleagues who are also solos in small firms, you're going to be successful. You can't fail as long as you're willing to do the work. So if you need someone to lean on, to guide you, to hold you accountable, and to help you get through this process and navigate hanging your own shingle and getting your law firm open, I'd be happy to help you. Please feel free to reach out. All the contact info is below. I have many videos here about how to open a law firm and resources and law firm management and kind of how I balance, or I don't like the word balance, how I like to call it a juggle, right? Juggling my professional life, my personal life, and how I do those things. It's never in perfect balance. There's no perfect harmony to that, right? But I'm very good at juggling the things. And so if you want help with that, if you want to get your law firm open, maybe 2024, we still have about 3 months 2024, your law firm can be open this year if you want it to. And the question is, do you want it? And do you want to open your law firm this year? Is this going to be the last year that you sit and think about it and dwell about it and talk about it? Or are we going to do something about it? Again, don't be like me. Don't let your fear and self-doubt get in your way, slow you down, and stop you from opening your law firm. Because you can do it, as long as you're willing to do the work. So if you're willing to do the work and you want some help in doing so, please reach out. I'd be happy to hop on a free consult to kind of chat, meet each other, see if we're a good fit, see if I can help you, and if so, I'd be happy to do so. All right, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.